your series last weekend in Mankato, you picked up 5 points from Minnesota State, which is always big in the WCHA to remain pace with these other teams. Can you just talk about that series?
We battled through, a really, really tough team in Mankato who plays at home really, really well. I think the results that they've gotten against other teams, I think Wisconsin had an OT shootout win and a 3-2 win the second night. So, for us to go in there, I think that puts us right in the wheelhouse of where we need to be in league. I thought we played two very solid games Friday night. Hot goaltender, both goaltenders played well. We had our opportunities, we limited their chances, and we were able to get it done in the shootout for the extra point. And then the next night, played very well again. Had a couple of breakdowns that led to some goals against, but our girls battled through and persevered, and they're playing tough and tight games.
Can you talk a little bit about how confident are you when you go into a shootout with this team? Do you have a certain set of girls that you are confident in going with every time and going up against any team in the country in a shootout?
Well, we haven't had that many opportunities to go to a shootout, but I do like the mindset of some of our older players. All players that would be looked upon to score goals have that killer instinct, and it's something we talk about a lot, that you have to sharpen your focus, and that's definitely something in a time of the game when we need to make sure that we execute.
You got RIT coming in this weekend to Columbus to finish off the first half of the season. Can you give us a little preview of their team?
Sure. They were in the national championship game 2 years in a row, won it last year at the Division III level, so they're a team full of winners. They have the habits and the discipline necessary to win games. They know what it takes. They just haven't had quite honestly, they haven't had the exposure at the Division I level yet, and I don't think it's going to be very long before they're chalking up a lot of wins at this level. They're a solid team. They played North Dakota tight last weekend on the road. So we're preparing for a very good team that knows how to win hockey games.
And then speaking of them and their head coach Scott McDonald, I know you have a kind of a special connection with them and our other assistants, Chris McKenzie. You guys played for Niagara back from '96 to 2000. And also Candace Moxley, our other assistant, and their other assistant both have ties to Niagara as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think it certainly is a unique thing. Scott's a very close friend of mine, and Chris's. We're bonded through a lot of common experiences through our playing days, and I think it speaks to the kind of people that are out there that come from Niagara University, that they're intelligent hockey people that want to give back to the game and want to be involved. And Candace and Siobhan are two of the best assistants in college hockey, and I think that's that's a great thing. And having so many people, that degrees of separation in hockey are usually pretty small, and it's what makes hockey a great sport.
Let's just talk a little bit about the first half of the season. You guys 12-5-1 with just this one series left. You guys had a lot of success. You got tripped up a couple of times, but can you just go over your feelings at the end of the first half here?
Well, I think after the series games, we'll kind of reflect on where our first half has been, but we've really stuck to the mantra of concentrating on the things that are right in front of us. I think in playing some of the games that we've played in, we've tested ourselves. We've certainly shown that we can play at a very high level. I think our group is very driven to succeed for each other, for the program, for their legacy as a group, in particular our seniors. So I'm really, really proud of them and what they've done so far. But as they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we have a substantial break coming up here, and our girls will need to make sure that they do everything to prepare for the second half. The games we played in the first half, you look at the losses that we've had. We lost a tight game to North Dakota with an empty netter, 2-0. They're a great team. We lost to a good Minnesota team, the best in the country. They're undefeated. We did not play even close to the type of game that we wanted to play. Played, Wisconsin at the Schottenstein Center gave up 3 shorthanded goals. Certainly something you don't do in every game. Going to give us an opportunity to be right there. We outchanced a tough and gritty Princeton team, which many are saying that could be our demise. But Princeton's a pretty darn good team. They got a heck of a goaltender who's on the Canadian national team. And to go in Mankato and get a tie there, I think those points are going to be big coming down the road. So, I'm pleased with the kind of semester that we've had, and we're worried about what we got to do right in front of us, and this weekend is our IT, and head from there.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.